Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. So, I will talk about cause effect writing, how to write correct thesis statement, what to write in the body paragraphs, what to write in the conclusion. Then you will have an assignment based on that. Two assignments actually based on that. Now, this is an introduction about effects of pollution. As I told you before, you can write any type of introduction, but I will talk about from general to specific because from general to specific is the easiest one to write, especially if I have this mind block or I don't have many ideas about the topic. And it's also easier for the reader to read and comprehend the idea. Now, if I want to write an introduction, which is from general to specific, as we see here, he can start with a quote, but this quote or any statement should be a general statement about the topic. Then you narrow it down. For example, I start by general statement about, this is the introduction. I start by general statement about the topic. It can be a quote, it can be a definition, for example. It depends on the topic. For example, if I'm writing about a new topic, for example, I'm writing about capital punishment. Not all people are familiar with this term, so I can start with definition. But if I'm writing about pollution, it's known to all people, so I can start like the writer in that introduction with a quote. I can give, for example, pollution is found all over the world. Then I narrow it down. If we go back to the example, he explains the code. It's still general statement. That then he narrows it down by showing that the existence of man and nature are on the stake. This is a dangerous effect, and the existence of man and nature is dangerous because of pollution. Okay, so we know from this sentence that the writer wants to talk about the effects. Here we can mention the type. For example, we narrow it down. We can mention the type of pollution if we're talking about pollution. If I want, I can mention the place. For example, I want to talk about pollution in Lebanon. Okay, we can mention the age group if we're talking about cyberbullying, for example. We're not mentioning the type. So the type is cyberbullying. We mentioned the age group. Then as he did here, he starts giving, and now we have effects. Because he's professional writer, he mingles things up. It's not a problem. We have effects. As such, one must beware the causes of such a disaster in order to escape its fatal effects. So it depends on the prompt that you have in hand. We mentioned this thing has effects or causes or maybe differences, whatever. Okay? So this depends on the prompt. If I ask you in the prompt to write about the causes of cyberbullying, so here you have to say cyberbullying is caused by many problems. But this is incomplete. It's not a thesis statement. It's a statement found in the paragraph, in the introductory paragraph, but it's not the thesis statement. The last sentence will be the thesis statement in case we are writing. Now, professional writers can put the thesis statement any place they want. They even can write an introduction without a thesis statement. It will be implicit. We, as readers, will conclude the main idea. But we, as beginners, it's better to write the thesis statement at the end. Now, when I want to write the thesis statement, I should put in my mind that it consists of two things, two parts, the topic and the control, two or more actually controlling ideas. Okay, so here we go. Let's go back to the example. Here we have pollution is an inevitable outcome of people's misuse of natural resources. Here we have something else. It's we have, let me insert it. And okay, and government's irresponsibility. Okay, because it doesn't appear here. So Pollution is an inevitable outcome of people's misuse of natural resources and government's irresponsibility. This is the thesis statement. In the thesis statement, I should give the effects or the causes or the differences that I want to discuss in the body paragraphs. Okay, so these are called the controlling ideas. Let's go back to my example. Cyberbullying is caused by many problems. This is incomplete. I can continue my thesis statement. Psychological problems and mental abuse may lead to cyberbullying. Okay, so here we go. So this is my thesis statement. I switched it. I can put the topic at the end. So here's the topic. It's cyberbullying. I can put the topic at the beginning, and cyberbullying is caused by psychological problems and mental abuse. Here we have two controlling ideas. The first controlling idea is the psychological problems. The second controlling idea is the mental abuse. So here in this sentence, thesis statement, we have two controlling ideas. Yani, I should write two body paragraphs. One paragraph should be about the psychological problems and cyberbullying, the second about mental abuse and cyberbullying. I cannot give less than two controlling ideas. I'm not a kid anymore. Two or more controlling ideas. And it's not enough to say, no, we have many causes. No, we have many causes, like I mentioned the two causes or the two effects that I want to discuss in my body paragraphs. Okay, now we'll move to the body paragraphs in the next video.